Howdy.
Howdy.
When you hear banjos playing, you know it's time for Hillbilly Holler.
Hello there, I'm Big Daddy, Russ Horton from Halton Hills Online and the Morning Guy.
Hi.
Part owner, and this is
Ivan Bosjnak.
Ivan Bosjnak. And you are?
Mia Hurst Lywood.
There we are, and we have Brody the techie in the back just in case anything goes wrong. And Ivan is running for mayor. Now, every 4 years, the town of Halton Hills holds elections for all elected positions on town council. The next municipal election will be taking place on Monday, October the 26th. And that's this year. And Ivan is running for mayor, aren't you, Ivan?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Ivan. We're currently in Georgetown South. We just turned off the Milfoil and we're going on to Danby Road here. We like to give information on where we are in Georgetown, Ivan, for people that watch around the world. A lot of people watch this show that used to live here and don't know Georgetown anymore. So this is... Let's give us... now you're running for mayor. Tell us all about it, the things, the ideas and the plans you have, the problems you have, and how you're going to rectify them.
Okay, so I guess the preamble, before anything, I moved here from Croatia, what used to be Yugoslavia, actually a small town called Mostar, Bosnjak. So my heritage is Croatian. But we moved here March 16th, 1989. So I just celebrated 37 years of being Canadian.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, growing up in Norval, it was a very unique place to grow up in. I mean, you're surrounded by hills. As a kid, my parents didn't let me go uphill anywhere, downriver everywhere. But bikes-wise, it was, growing up on Guelph Street, or I guess it's Beauvais, Highway 7, however you want to call it. Pretty busy with traffic even back in the day. I mean, now it's gotten a lot more intense as far as traffic is concerned. But growing up there wasn't always the easiest place to ride a bike, wasn't always safe. But like I said, it was an incredible place to grow up in. We had the river in our backyard.
Oh yeah, you're right. And the history in Norval with Anne of Green Gables.
Well, we grew up next door to the Lucy Maud Montgomery.
That's absolutely amazing. And of course, she's such a big part of our history.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, so like I said, I've been here pretty much my entire life. Decided to, when I got married, raise my family here. Got 2 daughters. I've divorced, but my ex-wife still lives in town. I have quite a large family. My dad is 7, and all my aunts and uncles live here in town. So I've got cousins. There's roughly about 100 of us, direct family. So that's a big thing. Yeah. So like I said, growing up here was quite a unique experience, especially from where I came from. With my family all being here, we had a good network of cousins, all about the same age. We all went to Holy Cross on Maple Avenue.
Oh yeah.
And then high school took us to Milton. We grew up Catholic, and my parents wanted us to go to a Catholic school. And at that time, Christ the King hadn't been built yet, so we took a half an hour bus for the first couple of years until I got my driver's license to Bishop Redding and Milton on Main Street. And now,
So you've been a local man for a long time.
oh
right?
yeah. Like I said, sports-wise, I played in all the Georgetown House leagues, rep leagues. I ended up.
You can tell I'm a Raiders fan, I guess.
You know what? I'm a Chiefs fan. Sorry about that.
No, I'm talking about the Georgetown Raiders, not the
Georgetown Raiders.
not the Vegas Raiders or whatever they are. That's funny.
So yeah, like I said, I ended up having the privilege in my last year of high school. I got selected to the junior national football.
I'm not surprised because you're the size of a house, isn't he? He's a big boy, isn't he?
I mean,
I'm a big guy. This guy's a big guy.
Wasn't always this big. But yeah, so like I said, growing up here was a big deal. I know even when we were filling out the roster forms, actually all of the kids ended up putting what high school they went to. And I insisted that my profile that I was from Norval, Ontario.
Yes.
It's a place place that's given me a lot of opportunity, given my family a lot of opportunity. So it was a no-brainer to kind of showcase that as.
Well, we're actually going to wrap it up in Norville. So between here and there, we're currently on 10th line and 10th side road coming up to the big. Now, sorry, you go ahead there.
Just quick question. So, at what point did you decide that you wanted to run for council?
Okay, so truth be told, as a kid, I always was very passionate about this place. My friends used to actually call me the mayor. Most of my friends, most of my actual friends, I guess in my teenage years, were either from Brampton or Milton, and everywhere we went, I was always hyping Georgetown. You know, great place to live. I ended up a lot of my in-laws, other family, other friends ended up moving here because of the fact that I advocated for this being a great place to raise a kid, a great place for investment as far as property wise. Like I said, my uncles have been in town since the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're currently actually building a subdivision up on Highway 7 on the way to Acton.
Good for them.
And so, like I said, it's been a natural process for me to always kind of be aware of what's going on in the town. My work also brought me here quite a bit. I was a union official for 13 years, representing the workers that do low-rise and mid-rise roofing and siding.
I see.
Okay.
So all these subdivisions that have been built around here, pretty much all of Ontario.
Well, you seem to be a man that's very committed to the area, and of course, Halton Hills includes Acton as well,
Yep.
and Limehouse and Glenwood. And tell us the number one thing you would love to see changed, and how you would change that's going on at the moment. What's the big problem we have right now? I guess infrastructure?
I would say change isn't really change wouldn't be the correct word. I think it's more maintenance and keeping it up where it is. Like I said, I think Georgetown's for the situation that most municipalities are in. I think we're in a decent situation. But like I said, with provincial governments and federal governments and the state of the economy right now.
So that's a half-day conversation.
That's another cab ride.
But I think the biggest part for us is as far as there's been a lot of inaction, especially in my opinion, the last 4 years anyway. I had a good relationship with Rick Bennett.
So do I.
Yeah, we all did.
Yes.
He was very active with the Croatian community. I ended up having.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I ended up setting up a World Cup watch party when Croatia was in the finals in 2018.
Yeah.
And, we rented a couple of outdoor TVs, had a few hundred people, and we actually I ended up setting up a mayor's chair that he attended with his wife, and Clark Somerville also.
Yeah. Clark's been around for a long time
Clark's
too.
been around. Clark's
He's retiring, of course.
Yeah, I think he's declared that
he's been going for a long time, and no doubt about it.
But Rick was he was very community oriented and very people
And a wonderful man too. I mean, just absolute.
When you guys were talking about what's the big thing, I just think it's pacing growth.
Okay.
There's a lot of, especially in Georgetown South, I guess on the west end, over by the new fire hall, you've got what's called Vision Georgetown. So that's a big project with, I think right now, over 10,000 units being proposed. And the reality of that is, I think, like I said, I think that's something that, can make sense. The reality of it is right now, we're not at that point. We've got infrastructure issues. Like I said, we've got 6 or 7 roads that go north-south, 3 or 4 that head east-west, and that's all through Acton, Georgetown, Limehouse, Hornby, Glen Williams.
So we're right now in your hometown. This is Norville. This is where you grew up.
I grew up right here on the right side, the greenhouse next to the Presbyterian Church.
Okay.
So my uncles still own that house.
This is just a delightful area
Well,
too.
the convenience
It's
store
just
was
beautiful.
right here on the right, just past it.
Yeah.
So growing up next to the convenience store
there.
was
Yeah.
quite.
So this is your house
Yeah,
coming
this
up.
is, this is my uncle still owns.
Boy,
the
you
house.
did live right next door to Adam Green
right
Gables,
next
didn't
door.
you?
Yeah.
That's
so I
amazing.
actually grew up with Kathy Gastel, former.
Oh,
mayor.
Kathy, yeah. She
There's
was a
quite
delight.
quite a few of us around here.
just past another one of my friend's houses, Scott Thurlbeck. His dad, I think, does he's a locksmith.
Yeah.
So growing up here, we played at Willow Park. The river was our big thing. We were all fisher.
Did you tube? Did you go tubing down the credit?
Tubing here wasn't as ideal. The problem is the water table gets very low in some places, so you're moving out a lot. A lot of the tubing took place more from Glen Williams up that way, back down.
Yeah.
So yeah, growing up here was just, like I said, it was an experience in itself. We're so close to Toronto, but yet far enough away, which makes it,
Well, that's why it's become a hub.
Well, yeah,
Because people can't afford to be in the city, and even if they can, they want to be more out in the country, but yet not in the country.
Well, I mean,
and we can get all over,
definitely,
in all directions to transport for work.
Our big reality now too. I mean, if you're following kind of home prices. I mean, Georgetown's up. Georgetown, Acton are very much right now up as far as property value compared to some places like Milton, Burlington. Oakville still has a very high high price, but I mean it's because of its proximity to the lake, the highways. But again, Georgetown is going to be growing quite a bit. Acton right now, just because of infrastructure issues and water supply and stuff like that, that's probably a little bit on the hold. And I mean, economy obviously dictates a lot of that too. But as far as a lot of this, proposed slated construction, the thing that worries me is, I've done some posting about it on some of the Facebook pages, and my biggest thing is because of 2020, because of the COVID pandemic, a lot of the prices got ridiculously inflated.
Yeah.
It's nice to have $1.5 million home, but when you've got to sell it and then buy something for $1.7 million, $1.8 million, I mean, you're not making any positive equity. So I think a lot of that is something that, at the end of the day, is going to be a little bit of an issue for us. And with this high density, this push for high density, especially in Georgetown South, it's going to take a hit as far as people's property values. I mean, you can see what the numbers are off right now from 2023 to 2026. A lot of the houses in Georgetown South, where you pick me up, they've seen decreases of $300,000-$400,000 from where they were.
Yeah.
And again, it's a supply and demand thing. So prices are staying up, but then all of a sudden, once you bring in this high density stuff, the demographics change. The reality of that is there's a lot of servicing, right? I mean, you build a subdivision. Before, a lot of it was on the developers and the builders. More recently, there's been legislation passed by the provincial government that now downloads the cost of development charges onto a municipality.
Yeah.
So, for example, where we just passed by there before we got into Norville, there's a big development going in there, both commercial and residential.
And of course, that huge development in Stewarttown that's been planned for years.
Yeah, the difference with that development is that one, because of the time where it was approved and zoned for the first time, those development charges are still on the developers as of right now. Where, like I said, the one on 10th side or the 10th line, which is going to stretch out to where the old Russell Farm was.
Yes.
That one is going to be paid for. The development charges are going to have to be paid for by the town. That can run us in the excess of 30, 40, 60 million, depending on exactly what has to get done.
Well, you know your stuff, Ivan. I'll tell you.
Well, like I said, being in new homes construction, as a union rep, I left the union in 2021, and I became the director of the largest residential roofing company in Canada.
Congratulations.
So all the big builders,
Awesome.
Mattamy, Green Park, any builder that you can think of, the company I work for has done some work for. So, like I said, understanding the housing market and the construction market is a big, I think is a big responsibility. It's a big necessity for the town. I think a lot of the times now, we defer a lot of the decision making to consultants.
Yes.
Which, like I said, it's got some, you want to call it advantages to it, because a lot of them are very well read up and they understand the things that need to happen. But the reality of it is that a lot of these consultants are just basing their, if you want to call it opinions, on numbers. And I think numbers don't lie in a lot of ways, but the reality of it is that numbers are constantly changing.
And the town is growing. I mean,
you guys have been here for a long enough time where, like I said,
born and raised, 61 years.
Yeah, so like a lot of the, like we're just at Hungry Holler right now. And, you know, what you see kind of on Craig and on Donaghadee on the other side, you know, those houses have been around since I've been around.
Yeah.
But
I remember.
Closer south, a lot of that is new homes. And the thing for me is a lot of those homes, even the townhouses, have done in a very tasteful manner, something that keeps the property value up. The reality now is that, you know, some of this if you want to call it lower priced housing, it ends up using lower priced materials, you know, there's processes that are different from before.
See, these are the things we don't really hear about, and I'm glad that you're informing us of that, because I had no idea that the materials were cheaper that they used to build those.
Well, yeah, it's like I said, like everyone's got a profit.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a profit margin that they'd like to see.
I understand that.
So a lot of the times, the builders will, you know, based on a area or where the selling point is, you know, they'll end up using materials that are cheaper in order to hit the numbers that they need to hit.
Yeah.
And like I said, that changes a lot of things. My family's been in the vinyl siding industry business, eavesdrop roofing for I don't know, I'm going to say about 50 years. And like, you know, vinyl siding is something that we made a living on and we've made a living on. The reality of vinyl siding in a lot of places is that, you know, it's I would say an inferior product to stone, brick, even aluminum, some of these aluminum products that are coming out now. Because the problem with it is that, you know, it's a lot of wear and tear. It's windy here in the winter time. You know, there's issues with waterproofing. So like I said, you know, that's just one of the components of it.
What's the matter? Okay, we're turning on to Danby. I'd like to thank you for joining us, Ivan, because it's been very enlightening, and I want to wish you all the success. You're very committed to what you're doing. Now, you go to council all the time, don't you?
Yeah, I've been going for the last over a year now. I've been attending meetings, and like I said, if I can't attend them, I'll watch them virtually.
Okay, so don't forget, October 26th, it's a Monday, and it's the municipal election. Get out and vote. Ivan?
And just for clarification, there's actually going to be online voting this year as well, which is going to be a week ahead. The town's going to release the processes for that. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
With accessibility issues and a lot of seniors maybe not being able to get out physically to the polls, you know, they're trying to they're trying to accommodate. And to be honest with you, I mean, if you look at the results of the last election, based on the fact that there was about almost 50,000 people eligible to vote, and we only had about 12,000.
Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad?
I know.
A lot of people. Everyone's got an opinion, and I think everyone is entitled to an opinion. But the thing for me is that, you know, people have to get involved. People have to know what's going on, and if they don't know what's going on, you have to ask.
This is Halton Hills Online, brought to you by Easy Taxi. We're in car number 4, the community cruiser. And we're brought to you by Max Tires and Auto Repairs as well. We'd like to thank them for their help. And, you know, the thing I love about you is you care about our community like we do. And that's very important. So vote for Ivan on the 26th. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
You too.
Hey, it's Big Edge here, Georgetown's good old boy from New York. I'm here to tell you about Max Tires in Georgetown. Need an oil change? Max Tires. Need new or used tires? And not the ones you find at the bottom of the East River, if you know what I mean. Oh! Max Tire. 61 Guelph Street, Georgetown. 905-873-9255. And don't you forget it.